Today is the second anniversary of random add-ons. We're taking a look at add-ons since 2024 Rewind, old versions re-release, some behind the scenes stuff, and the future of the add-on. Welcome back on the channel everyone! Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and today we're celebrating Random Add-ons' second birthday. In the 2024 recap video, I said that I'll save up the most of Random Add-on related talk for this video, so here we are, and without wasting time, let's get straight into the video. "2024 started strong for Random Add-on, with a Spear sneak peek for version 2.0.0 on January 1st, followed by a sneak peek on January 6th, which introduced the Below, the Spear itself, and some retextures of my mess by our one and only the best artist Nerpach. Overall, version 2.0.0 had 8 sneak peeks and 2 pre-release sneak peeks before the update, which released on March 28th. The development process of this update was really fun. I had the opportunity to dive deeper into the add-on creation, and Nerpach was overhauling visual assets of the add-on, and it was really satisfying to watch how the add-on becomes more and more beautiful. And this was the first version 2.0 update that brought add-on to a whole new level, setting the future updates of the add-on to be themed. Version 2.0.0 was focused on ancient world topic and brought features like 2 new dinosaurs, several new archaeology structures, tons of new interactive and building blocks, a lot of other entities and weapons, and much more. This update was revolutionary for the add-on, and it finally released into the big world on web pages like MTP-EDO and CurseForge. Now, there weren't a lot of scrapped ideas and other interesting content, but there was one thing that was scrapped from this update, and it's an attack mechanic for the Muppet. By the way, Muppet and Tabilo were proposed by the second member of the studio Discord server, Sigma Ninja. Basically, if there would be an entity behind the Muppet, it would swing its tail and push away the entity behind it. This was kinda why Muppet has such hammer-like tail. Also, isn't Muppet beautiful? And this model was made by me before Nerpach joined our team, and the new texture was actually drawn by our entity artist Rofum. Also, Woodlouse, which was proposed by Nerpach, was quite a pain to make. Initially, I tried to make such mechanic that Woodlouse would literally dig in the ground like a mole and search for the block you asked it to look for, but it didn't quite work, and now the Woodlouse works just how we know it today. But we might change it soon. Now, after the release of version 2.0.0, I hear the news that Mojang is removing the Holiday Crater Features experimental toggle, on which pretty much the whole add-on depended. This experiment allowed us to make block and item events, but now block and item events had to be made with scripts, which I didn't know at all, and honestly I was scared of them. But I had no other choice, and I started the development of a huge technical update for Random Add-on, moving a huge part of the add-on to scripts. And actually, scripts opened a ton of new opportunities and possibilities for us, and quite some features in the add-on right now wouldn't be possible without scripts, well, besides the block and item events. While working on version 2.0.2, we also started the development of Random Add-on version 2.1.0 Cave Wanderlust update. This is by far the biggest and the greatest update of the add-on, adding 4 new cave biomes, even more than Mojang, new pickaxes, Resco, cave archaeology, bronze, trophies, and much more amazing content. The first sneak peek for this update was released on May 10th. And by the time we started working on this update, we already had a new another artist in the team, sometimes helping Nerpach, Nova Moore, and the concept artist Natitun. And we have quite some old concepts for this update to show, so be sure to stick around. This update had 6 sneak peeks in total and was a hell ton of fun to develop. We were always discussing everything with the team, and we edited quite some of community ideas. For example, an entity that would generate different plants like saplings and exotic flowers. For this entity, we had a campaign for its name, and community was proposing the name for this entity, and the name that won was Laura Lush, by Sigma Ninja. We had several concepts for this entity, and here they are. While the development of version 2.1.0 was in full swing, Minecraft Update 1.1 to 1.20 was about to be released, and so I made before and after versions for Random Add-on version 2.0.2. Before version moving add-on to the script API system, and after version just renaming one thing in the scripts so they didn't break. Before several features were actually made by our visual designer, they went through several concepts, for example crystal golems and goblin. Our cave biomes also had a few concepts, for example, here's the first concept art for the rooted caves, and here's the final concept art for them. We also have concept arts for glowing caves and frozen caves. We also had a few unused concepts and content, such as glowing cave beast, which would be friendly and make those creepy sounds in the caves. We also had this concept for the bone grinder mob, which would live in the tar pits in the rooted caves and would sometimes attack skeletons and zombies, and as his loot, he would drop some kind of new bones out of which a new armor could be made. We also had a proposition from Nova, a glowing slime, which would drop glowing slime balls, which could be used to remove wax from the copper blocks. Also, initially, we didn't really know what kind of stone we should add for the rooted caves, but when Noah proposed his version of limestone, which was a bit darker than what Nearby drew, we decided to turn this dark version of limestone into the stone for rooted caves, rootstone, and this is how this block was kind of born. Now, we also had one entity that almost made it into the update. It was developed, and it's the glowworm. Basically, glow larva would initially glow into the glowworm instead of lumifly, and glowworm would stick to the ceiling, hiding in the glow roots to blend with the terrain and wait out for the victim under itself while hanging, and drop at the target, crawling and attacking it. Random Addon version 2.1.0 released on August 29th, and it was quite a disaster actually. When people tried to import the add-on into the Minecraft, it just wouldn't import and throw an error. And so after 2 tries, I fixed the issue, but despite that, Cave One the Lost update was still a big success for the random add-on, and it got much more known in the community. But I wish it gets a review from Echo Soldier. Version 2.1.0 was followed by 3 more sub-updates, and each one of them had some new features. Version 2.1.1 introduced the smelter. This kind of new furnace was actually planned for version 2.1.0, but I cancelled it since I didn't know scripts were well at that point, and I didn't know how to make such features. But then I found the template for the furnace on one server and revived this feature. Smelter is like blast furnace and smoker, but smelter smelts items like sand, cactus, cobblestone, sea kelp and other items faster. This is quite useful for getting glass faster, or for example smelting cobblestone into stone faster. Version 2.1.0 brought the overhaul for the cave archaeology system. We improved cracked stone and deep slate generation and made a smooth and cool animation for the item getting revealed from the block when using chisel on it. We also overhauled the bronze statues by adding bronze statue templates and a few more patterns. Version 2.1.3 introduced deferred support for the add-on. In a bit more simpler words, shader support. Blocks, entities and armor now have beautiful height maps and support PBR. So blocks like wood and stone look a little bit more rough, and blocks like tin block and crystal blocks have a slight mirror, metalness effect, and amethyst, tin and other ores actually glow. Alongside with the shader support, this update brought a ton of bug fixes and improvements, bringing the add-on closer to the vanilla game. After a lot of work on Random Addon version 2.1.0 era, I took a little bit of time off from Random Addon and worked on updating some other projects, and then started working on Random Addon version 2.0.0 Dimensional Track update. Initially, we didn't want this update to be big, but we all know that it is actually quite decent size. This update introduced features like Geyser, Weebly, Lava Sponge, Baby Gas, Crying Willow Side, and a lot more to the Nether. Initially, the update would be focused only on the Nether, but my team also proposed to update the End a little bit. So we introduced perennial chorus fields, chorus braids, and shipwreck, hermit, endslate, and dungeon, shellcrat, and even more to the End. This update had 4 sneak peeks and was released in December 30th, but this time, alongside with the sneak peeks, we were also releasing previews for the players to download the update beta test versions and experiment with the new features before the initial release, kinda like Java snapshots. This update of course had some concepts for stuff. For example, we wanted to bring the old concept of Strider back into the game, allowing more than one player ride the entity and walk on lava. This entity was turned into the Void Walker for the End. Also, Shellcry tools were initially proposed by Nova More as Nether tools, crafted with a new smithing template, but this is the image from the roof. Here we also have first concepts for Glowmoth, Warp Frog, and Magma Guzzler. Now the warping virus, before we gave it to a warp frog, it was planned to spread from a block that would serve like a catalyst, that would spread and increase the warping virus stages. We also had an entity idea that was actually developed but later removed. It was the Iblis. We took inspiration for this entity from Sonic 2006 flying Iblis creature that would fly in the basalt deltas and shoot 3 fireballs at the player, but we later scrapped this idea. So these are concepts for the nether, but we also have a few concepts for the end, like first Ender Jelly concept and the final one, and also Shulker Guard concept. We were thinking of adding this small flying eye creature that will attack the player while Shulker Guard is healing, but later changed our minds. Now that we've discussed this here from Random Add-on, I want to announce that I'm re-releasing all the old Random Add-on versions from version 1.0.0 to 1.0.4, where you can experience the good old times of Random Add-on, but with new modern textures. But I'm also releasing a texture pack for these versions with old ugly looking textures that were made by me back in the days. You can download all of these versions one by one on MCPEDL and Modbay once they will be approved, and you can download all of these versions right now on the Studio Discord server. Now about the future of Random Add-on. We currently have a roadmap for 4 future updates. 3 of them have been revealed in the 2024 recap video. 2.3.0 will be a structure update, where we'll add new structures to the world. 2.4.0 will be a random update, where we'll add random features, but they will somehow be tied and lead to one big challenge. And 2.5.0 will be nature update, where we'll add a lot of new custom biomes, and a lot of new mobs, and just enhance the nature of the game. We're also currently working on 2 updates for version 2.2.0. So version 2.2.1 was split into 2 updates. 2.2.1 will now be focused only on the optimization of the add-on, and version 2.2.2, that's a lot of 2s, which will also be like kind of technical update, but which will include a lot of technical improvements to the add-on, and also will kind of be overhaul of the add-on. For example, we may overhaul the Tabilo or Woodlouse. Now, I'm also seeing quite some people asking me if Random Add-on will be on the marketplace eventually, and I have one short and simple answer for this. Yes, we're planning to bring Random Add-on on the marketplace in the future, but this is being done for our console players and because of your requests. But don't worry, the add-on will stay free on MCPEDL, Modbay, and CurseForge, and we'll be getting the exact same updates as the marketplace version. So this was quite a long way, and I'm really proud how me and my team has worked it. We're always putting a ton of effort into this add-on to bring you the highest quality content and improve the game with our and your ideas. We really appreciate all of your support on this journey, and we'll continue working for you, our lovely community. Lastly, I want to thank to every member of my team: Mirpach, Visual Design Lead; Novamor, Artist; Natitun, Concept Artist; Rofu, Mob Artist; Steve, Musician; Pavel Kwakov, Level Designer; Ribasomo, Sound Designer; and Gladder, Game Designer. You're absolutely amazing, guys. You're the best team anybody could ever dream for. Random Add-on's future is looking to be very bright, and we're sure we won't disappoint all of you, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also join the Studio Discord server to not miss any future news on the add-on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone!